As the land of opportunity, the United States has attracted people from all around the world for centuries. Yet, not all parts of the country are equally desirable, and some cities are far more livable than others. When deciding where to put down roots, many factors are in the eye of the beholder, such as climate, politics, or proximity to extended family. Other aspects are covered by nearly everybody: affordable housing, access to well-paying jobs, a low cost of living, good schools, and quality health care. Although many people enjoy the peace and quiet that a rural, out-of-the-way small town can offer, others thrive in big cities. Approximately 80% of the United States' total population live in urban areas that offer a wide range of opportunities when it comes to socializing, careers, and everyday living. Even though living in a big city sounds pretty nice, it comes with a price, literally, as home prices are generally higher in urban areas. Given the number of people who occupy the same space, there are also other worries about air pollution and traffic. However, sometimes the good outweighs the bad. Here is our list of top 10 biggest cities to live in America. Number 1. New York. America's urban heart was broken by the pandemic and has a long way back. The Big Apple and the home of the American pizza has been the star of the Best City show for the past 4 years. But COVID-19 made 2020 into a life and death drama for the city that called every assumption into question and turned the data on its head. In America's top-ranked city for culture, the MoMA is helping parents teach art from home. The Metropolitan City Opera is streaming performances, and Broadway, where the show must famously go on, is shuttered a tragedy. A year ago, New York was reinventing shopping with the Mall of the Future at Hudson Yards and Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus vying for supremacy in the chic city. This year, in the number 1 shopping city in America, there is no breakfast at Tiffany's. New York, of course, ranks first for Fortune 500 companies, but now meetings are virtual and a generation of entrepreneurs is thinking hard about its life choices. In the city that never sleeps, number 1 for nightlife, night owls order delivery and dream fitfully at home. Restaurants, number 2 in the country, almost instantly became takeout and delivery operations, accelerating a trend from dining out to eating in. Nobody knows when any of this ends, but New York knows a thing or two about coming back from terrible brinks. 9/11 is more than a vague memory. SARS came and went. However the world emerges, evolves, or pivots out of our collective force majeure, it will happen here first. New York is, after all, number 1, the city that never sleeps. Number 2. San Francisco. The city where job opportunities and infrastructure build-out pave the way as the world continues to rush in. Home of denim jeans and Monarch, the last wild grizzly bear in California, San Francisco has embraced seekers since the gold rush days, when seemingly overnight, people came from Asia and Europe, from across the continent, and from the other side of the world for their shot at the California dream. Along the way, these immigrants have sowed the seeds for the city's open-mind attitude toward, well, everything. The result is a place that doesn't just welcome differences, but actually encourages and celebrates them. No wonder it ranks number 2 nationally in our people category, including number 3 for post-secondary educated residents and number 4 for foreign-born residents. The promise of high salaries means a torrent of global workers fuel the city's ambition and ideas, ranking it number 3 in the nation in our prosperity category, including number 2 for household income and number 4 for Fortune 500 companies. Given its well-documented attempt at inclusivity and taking care of its own, from COVID-19 patients to the swelling homelessness population. We're the city of St. Francis, and if we don't lead on this, then shame on us, said Joe D'Alessandro, CEO of San Francisco's Travel. As a DMO, we're taking a leading role on this, looking for small fixes until we can figure it out federally. With that kind of local support, the city is charging into the current crisis well-equipped. By the way, the city has more dogs than children, which makes it a fluffy one. Number 3. Los Angeles. Los Angeles has always had star power. But when Michelin announced in June 2019 that 24 Greater Los Angeles area restaurants had been awarded with its most prestigious accolade in its inaugural Michelin Guide California section, it suddenly meant more than just A-listers and cinema cachet. Indeed, Of the 7 new 2-star distinctions in the guide, 6 are in LA, further cementing its accolades as the most exciting food city in America. Of course, all that means little when sheltering in place has shuttered hundreds of the city's exciting dining spots. Los Angeles is known for its Mediterranean climate, ethnic diversity, Hollywood entertainment industry, and its sprawling metropolis. They'll do their best to keep their city's number 2 ranking in the subcategory of Facebook check-ins and number 3 for Instagram hashtags and Google Trends. Anything to get the City of Angels off the ground. Number 4. Chicago. America's great Midwest metropolis has an abundance of programming and culture, with a deep infrastructure and affordability that eludes many cities. Few American cities fell harder in visitor numbers in recent months than Chicago. Whether for business or pleasure, the city had been attracting tourism at record-breaking levels year after year. Indeed, when Mayor Rahm Emanuel took the city's top job in 2011, an estimated 39 million people a year visited Chicago. By the time he wrapped up his final term in 2019, that number had ballooned to nearly 58 million annual visitors, an impressive tourism feat and perhaps the biggest success story of Emanuel's mayoral tenure. In the last few years, the Windy City pursued and acquired some big-ticket draws, including the NFL Draft, the James Beard Foundation Awards, and the Laver Cup. It also boasted tourist-friendly attractions like the Riverwalk and events that showcase Chicago's craft beer scene. Its number 3 ranking in our programming category, including number 2 in the subcategories of culture and nightlife, behind only NYC, speaks to the plentiful buzz that Chicago was perfecting before everything ground to a halt. In the not-too-distant future, the Obama Presidential Center, to be set in Jackson Park, will become a marquee attraction on Chicago's South Side. I think President Obama's library can do for tourism what McCormick Place has done for business travel in the city, Emanuel noted during his time as mayor. The city's number 5 ranking for museums among the country's large cities will surely improve as a result. Number 5. San Jose. Talent, smarts, and money are a potent mix that's given this city the highest household income in the USA. It's fascinating what a well-educated, well-paid, and diverse population can do for a city's rankings. In the case of San Jose, the economic, cultural, and political capital of Silicon Valley, it's everything, and it's given the city its highest ever finish in our ranking. The city boasts the highest household income in the country. All that capital lures the best talent on the planet, meaning San Jose also tops our people category with the smartest residents in the nation and the second most diverse. The bounty of universities in the area is a performance driver all its own, creating symbiotic integrations with the tech companies in the city that have access to funding and innovation like few others. Given the optimal conditions of a lauded, coveted school and the on-ramp it provides to jobs in the same city, San Jose will continue to stock its talent pipeline for years to come. The region, home to Google, Facebook, Cisco Systems, eBay, and PayPal, is number 6 for Fortune 500 HQs eager for graduates. There are a massive number of corporate offices in the city, with rumored plans for a new Google campus that could house up to 25,000 employees. But given the plentiful prosperity, San Jose is an incredibly livable and worthwhile destination. As California's oldest civilian Spanish settlement, the city has many museums spanning its fascinating history. Number 6. Washington. Power meets play in America's intriguing capital city. The ubiquity of the U.S. Capitol and dramas on screens, small and large, to say nothing of the real-life stuff, has escalated its resonance in the zeitgeist and helped propel it to the cusp of the top 5 large cities in the nation. The winning of Amazon's coveted HQ2 in nearby Arlington, Virginia, dominated local chatter last year. The 25,000 jobs created will be located in what Amazon calls National Landing, a newly minted place brand for the neighborhood near Reagan National Airport, known as Crystal City. The jobs will improve DC's already impressive number 4 ranking in our prosperity category, powered by its number 3 spot for household income in the country and number 6 for Fortune 500 companies. Before the COVID-19 outbreak, 2020 was going to be one of the busiest ever for DC development, with Capitol Hill's The Roost, a 12,500 square foot community-based food hall, kicking things off. West half near the Yards Park is also planned to open later this year and will feature views of Major League Baseball's Nationals Park and includes a brewery, cafes, and local grocery store. Ward 7, 2 blocks away from the Minnesota Avenue Metro Station, will be home to Market 7, powered by a variety of Black-owned businesses, including a grocer and retail installations by local makers. The jewel in the city's culinary crown will be the $250 million River Point, 2 blocks from Audi Field, between Capitol Riverfront and the Wharf, with piers, waterfront activity, and new restaurants that include a veggie-friendly eatery by James Beard winning chef Spike Gerard. Number 7. San Diego. Southern California's urban ideal offers free sunshine and keeps a good thing going across 2 borders. You could say that San Diego is where California began. It was here that Spanish settlers established the region's very first mission in 1769, 251 years ago, on a hillside overlooking what is now known as Old Town San Diego. 2.5 centuries later, this city of 1.4 million, with an MSA population approaching 3.5 million, is one of the fastest growing in the U.S. It's number 2 ranking in our Deep Place category, with top 10 finishes for safety, number 4, and parks and outdoors, number 2. And of course, there's its weather. San Diego is as naturally endowed as any place has a right to be. Its sublime 263 full and partly sunny days annually help place it at number 5 in the nation, while the 23 beaches, 70 miles of them, within the city limits make it synonymous with SoCal surf culture. After a festive 2019 celebrating its 250th, the city is now pausing somewhat to reap the fruits of a torrid few years of development. Of course, with COVID-19 outbreak and California's stringent shelter-in-place orders, San Diegans don't really have a choice. When they do get back out of the house and into their beloved city, they'll beeline for the zoo, to be named after Denny Sanford, a San Diego philanthropist who donated $30 million to this endeavor, the largest single gift the San Diego Zoo has ever received. If you're dreaming of settling down in one of the best places to live in the U.S., San Diego could be the place for you. There's no shortage of sunshine, beaches, and outdoor adventures in this top West Coast city. San Diego is popular among both military families and veterans, as Naval Base Coronado, Naval Base Point Loma, and 12 VA health facilities are located in the area. Another reason why people move to San Diego is its safety and affordability. The metro offers lower crime rates and more affordable neighborhoods compared to other major California cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles, which makes it a top destination for raising a family. Number 8. Boston. America's oldest big city has never been more current. A hub of higher education and home to the 4th best educated workforce in the nation, Beantown produces a steady stream of new talent to help attract startups and established companies alike. Future talent gravitates to Harvard, of course, the country's top school, and a big reason why the city is number 1 in our university subcategory and scored top 5 in our product category, which measures expensive, hard-to-build infrastructure like airport connectivity and convention centers, as well as Boston's density of other world-class universities and colleges. The city is bursting with lecture halls, labs, and classrooms of the more than 75 institutions of higher learning and is energized by the estimated 200,000 post-secondary students creating stories, ideas, solutions, and technologies that will help drive the economy and incubate innovation districts nationally and globally in the coming decades. New students flock here to arguably the planet's largest university town by the tens of thousands every year and become smitten with the crooked narrow streets and storied pubs, blended with American optimism and East Coast connectivity. This is the birthplace of America, after all, and Facebook. No wonder Boston ranks number 6 in our people category, including number 4 for percentage of the population with post-secondary education and number 12 for foreign-born residents. Number 9. Las Vegas. This pulsing destination has never been quieter in a COVID-19 reality. Its resilience and response will define it for decades. The story of Las Vegas blossoming into a real city has usually been told of late with breathless praise for its economic success. Tourism, the number 1 economic driver for Southern Nevada, has long paid for Las Vegas's roads, parks, school construction, and teacher salaries. According to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, LVCVA, more than 41% of Southern Nevadans are employed directly or indirectly because of tourism. But this single reliance on the visitor economy also means that the COVID-19 outbreak has decimated Las Vegas like few other American cities. When Governor Steve Sisolak took the unprecedented step of ordering every casino and gaming operation, the lifeblood of the state's economy, to shut down by midnight March 17, citizens were thrust into an unimaginable financial crisis. Overnight, hundreds of thousands were furloughed or lost their jobs outright. Perhaps the city's pursuit of transforming into a hometown will accelerate its rebound as the lockdown begins to lift. If there is a silver lining for locals, it's that they'll have the nation's number 4 ranked programming, including number 3 in culture, number 4 in nightlife, and number 8 in restaurants, all to themselves for a few months, all while helping fellow citizens put in the reps to once again host the world. And number 10, Miami. Miami's creativity is fueled by its arms-wide-open acceptance of new immigrants. Miami's natural attributes, turquoise Biscayne Bay, lapping gleaming sand while sun-kissed bodies frolic everywhere, have always captured the world's imagination and crystallized the city's hedonistic brand. But it's the city's openness to immigrants, and more recently the LGBTQ community, that ranks it number 4 in the country in our people category, including being the city with the most foreign-born residents. Indeed, the city boasts more than 100 languages spoken at home, according to the latest census. Miami's historic embrace of a crossroads of the Americas has also meant a business advantage few other cities claim. It's home to one of the largest concentration of international banks in the U.S., as well as the largest hub outside of Mexico City, New York, and LA of Spanish-language media. Set at the crossroads of Latin America both in geography and in culture, Miami intends to promote its connectivity and globalism, and the region's selection as a host city candidate for the 2028 World Cup will go a long way in showcasing these qualities. The city is also continuing its aggressive pursuit of events and conferences, and last year, it approved the hotel design for the new Miami Beach Convention Center, a 185-foot, 17-story structure to be completed by 2022. Have you experienced living in one of the cities? What is it like? Tell us in the comments which cities interest you the most, and if you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe so you will be notified of our next videos. Thank you for watching.